COVID-19 cases continuing to rise in New York. States like Washington are helping ensure enough ventilators are going to states that need them. KOMO's Nick Popham live in Seattle right now to explain. What have you learned, Nick?
Well, Steve, as we've mentioned, that Governor Inslee today announced that 400 ventilators would be leaving the state of Washington and going back to that national stockpile to try and help states similar to New York that are seeing a faster rise in COVID-19 cases. Now, the governor says because we took social measures seriously early on, we're able to help other areas that are struggling in the U.S. This comes after Oregon's Governor Kate Brown announced her state would be sending over 100 ventilators directly to New York, something the Empire State was definitely grateful for. Now, Steve, as you mentioned, over 4,000 people have now died from COVID-19 in New York, and that number seems to be going up daily. With help from Washington and other places like China, the hope is that these extra machines will give these states a better chance to flatten the curve. According to the White House, Vice President Mike Pence says the federal government is doing all it can to get these ventilators to the states that need them.
We are surging supplies, specifically ventilators, but all personal protective equipment from FEMA to those areas.
Now, in a tweet earlier today, Governor Inslee said, quote, "We can do this because Washingtonians are heeding the call to stay home. Their continued commitment to physical distancing is saving lives here in Washington and around the country." Now, this afternoon, President Trump did thank Governor Inslee for sending back these ventilators, as well as Mike Pence taking to Twitter, responding to that tweet, thanking the governor as well and saying, quote, "We're all in this together."
People are hitting grocery stores to stock up on supplies for the week. This comes as the CDC and our State Department of Health both issued new recommendations that we cover our faces in public. KOMO's Suzanne Fon saw shoppers out, and many of them today, like this, they were wearing their faces covered.
We saw some people wearing surgical masks, some people wearing homemade masks, and we certainly saw a lot of employees wearing masks at a grocery store we visited. Take a close look. Besides all that extra disinfecting and cleaning, you'll see more grocery employees now donning protective face masks. At this QC in Northgate, each store employee is getting a disposable mask for every shift they work.
We actually got our first shipment of surgical masks in today, and so we are distributing them even as we speak to the associates here at this QFC.
Many customers, too, are choosing to cover their face.
I'm just trying to do what's right for everybody else, I guess.
The Centers for Disease Control now recommends everyone, even those who feel healthy, to wear some type of mask over their mouth and nose when out in public. On this Saturday, the owner of West Seattle Thriftway says more customers are showing up wearing face coverings since Friday afternoon. Employees, too.
Probably 75% of them are coming into the store with a face mask on, and we have several of our employees that are also wearing them.
The U.S. Surgeon General insists the use of face masks is not a substitute for social distancing. Across the country, Walmart store parking lots are packed. This weekend, Walmart started limiting the number of shoppers allowed in its stores. It's the same at Target. Costco this week allowing no more than 2 shoppers per membership card in its stores. Despite efforts to promote social distancing, though, some big box stores like Lowe's continued on with its spring Black Friday sales. That could draw large crowds into its stores. Lowe's says it reminds shoppers through signage and public announcements about the 6 feet social distancing guidelines. Safeway and Albertson stores say they're working on getting disposable masks for all their employees. In the meantime, a quick reminder, leave the medical grade masks like these N95 masks for the health professionals.